Hello everybody, Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. We are here for a grocery haul for the week. We're also going to be doing a pantry tour today because we are starting on our no spend July. So let's go ahead and jump into this and see how our no spend is going. Well, before I start and show you guys what I got, I want to let you guys know what I'm going to consider my no spend July. The most important thing about any sort of challenge like this that you do is that it's your challenge. You make it work for your family and you set the rules. So here are my rules. There are a few things that I need to stock up on when they go on sale because I live in a small town with one grocery store. And as most of you know, sales actually run on cycles. So if you miss the sale, may not be around for another 6 months. So I've got a few exceptions on my list. Now, of course, for a no spend for most people, unless you're doing no grocery store, which I cannot do because I don't have a big garden. I wish I did, but I just don't. Most people do dairy and they do vegetables because those are things that are just needed mostly on a weekly basis. Now, like I said, I've got a few exceptions. So when I did my grocery haul last week, I told you guys that I needed tortilla chips. Well, there was no tortilla chips on sale and I'm not going to buy stuff full price. So tortilla chips were one of my exceptions. My next exceptions is olives. I need cans of olives. My pantry is running low on those, and those are definitely something that goes on sale on a cycle. And it may not be in July. I don't remember what the cycle is for those. And then I need instant mashed potatoes, just the little bags of them. They're just a convenience thing that work out quite well. And then of course, for us, bread, milk, and vegetables are, one of those things, actually all dairy, because you're going to see dairy products. So today, let's jump into this. Here is my meal plan for the week. Now you guys are going to see some stuff that was on there from last week because last week was busy and we had some other things that needed to be eaten up. So on Monday, we're going to do $1 million spaghetti. And like I told you, we're going to do a loaf of baked bread. When I make the $1 million spaghetti, I usually double it and then I put it into containers for 3 meals. However, you guys, we're getting ready to be empty nesters. So we're getting ready to lose my 18-year-old son to move away for college. So I may just be doing, in the future, I might just do a single batch and split it in half. Or if I do a double batch, it might go into 4 portions. We're going to have to see. Then we're going to do street tacos. We're going to do egg roll in a bowl. So all 3 of those were on the list last week and they didn't get made. And then on Thursday, we're going to go ahead and do some leftovers. On Friday, we're just going to do some brats and beans. On Saturday, I'm going to make some homemade pizza. And on Sunday, it's fend for yourself. So here is my grocery haul for the week. And you see that we've got some tortilla chips, which I told you are an exception. I love to make fresh salsas during the summer. And I wasn't going to go the whole month of July without tortilla chips. We grabbed 4 bags. So not an extreme amount. We're going to go ahead and use some of those actually for our dinner tonight, which is the cheesy beefy enchiladas with the rice and beans. And we may use some with street tacos too, but I'm not quite sure. So the tortilla chips were on sale, 2 for $3. So they were only $1.50 a bag. Yes, $1.50 a bag. I had to make sure. And then you guys, we got some cottage cheese. And I only buy cottage cheese when it's on sale. And it was on sale for $1.25. So I got these 4 containers of cottage cheese for $5. And these are good until August. And I wouldn't be surprised actually if these last us the entire month of July. So you shouldn't see cottage cheese in the grocery haul unless I come up with a recipe that I want to make. We needed some mushrooms for pizza, so I went ahead and grabbed mushrooms. They were on sale for $2. We needed some fresh cilantro for street tacos, and then we needed some block cheese. Now, we just bought a ton of block cheese. However, my husband went ahead and turned that into shredded cheese, so we don't have any block cheese. And cheese was on sale, so we decided to go ahead and grab 2 of them. For us, a good sale price for a 2-pound thing of cheese is $5.99. So they were $5.99 a piece, and butter was on sale for $2.99. And for me, a stock up price for butter is under $3. Now, butter is something that I do have in my freezer. So some people might argue and say, well, you already have some in your freezer, so you didn't need it. I was a couple shy of being fully stocked, so I decided to go ahead and make an exception for butter. You will not see butter for the rest of July. And then we're doing street tacos. I had already bought the corn tortillas last week. They didn't have any of the flour tortillas. I saw the flour tortillas, so I decided to go ahead and grab those. and they were $2.49. I had to look at the receipt. And then milk. You're going to see milk on our list every single week. We're actually completely out of milk today as I'm filming this, so we did grab 2. And the milk went back up over $3, but I was just looking because I did get some discounts. So these rang up as $3.29 a piece, and these are the store milk, the whole milk. But then it was buy 2, save 20 cents on each, so that dropped it down to $3.09. And then I got a special discount at my store for buying so much stuff that it was another 7 cents off a gallon. So these actually ended at $3.02 is what they ended up with. So this is our grocery haul for the week. You guys saw the meal plan, and not this video because we are going to be doing the pantry tour, but in the next videos in the week or in the month, I'm going to show you guys what our meals actually look like. So for this week, for groceries, we spent $40.78. Let's do a pantry tour. Let me tell you guys what you're going to see. You're going to see my pantry, obviously. You're also going to see my refrigerator as is. I have not cleaned it, my freezers, and then you're also going to see anything else where food is stored. So let's go ahead and start the tour. We're going to go ahead and start out with my canning shelf, and this is in my kitchen. I get a lot of questions from people about I thought you had to keep it in a cool, dark place, and ideally that is where it should be. Just so you know, my kitchen has no natural light whatsoever, so it is in a dark place. And I know the kitchen is not the coolest room in the house, but we do live in a mountain town at 7,200 feet in elevation, so we don't get super, super hot. And so up at the top, we've got beef stew, we've got smoked pork and chili beans. Then we've got potatoes and potatoes. And then this chicken soup right here, this was just a quick, let's throw some stuff together. This is designed as a meal for my husband and I, where we just add pasta to it or possibly some potatoes. Then we've got lots of jars to be filling up. We have got some jalapeno jelly. We've got some triple pepper sauce. It was supposed to be jelly, and I've told you guys this before, but it didn't set. But we use this with chicken, and we put it over rice, and it's super yummy. Then we've got jalapeno candy, and we are down to 3 jars. So I plan on having all of these jars filled with jalapeno candy. Here is that pineapple jam that I showed you guys not that long ago. Super delicious. We have got our pickled asparagus, always a family favorite. We've got some apple pie filling. This right here is hot cocoa. We had a container that got dropped and spilt, so we just threw the hot cocoa in there. We've got some salsa there. All these jars are empty, and we've got 1 chicken soup down there. So obviously that's on my list to eat up just because it wouldn't fit. And I've got all of my jars and my canning supplies down here. You can see that I've got all of those 4-jar lids right there. You guys know those are my favorite lids. And then when we go over and all the way up to the top shelf is actually empty right now, just jars. We've got salsa there. We've got carrots. We've got a couple jars of pickles from last year's garden. We've got that canned pineapple that turned out so yummy, you guys. I picked up the pineapples for 99 cents, and I believe my husband and I got 11 or 12 of them, and we did the pineapple jam and the fresh canned pineapple. We are definitely going to buy probably 2 cases of pineapple next time, because this right here I'm kind of having to ration out. It is so delicious. And then I did some pickled onions this year, you guys. Oh my gosh, they are so yummy. I've got a bigger jar size and a smaller jar size. And then we have got some rhubarb, and this is from last summer. This is just trying to think of what it's called. It's just rhubarb with some sugar, and then we canned it up. And then more rhubarb here, and then we have got our apple butter, and it looks like we've only got 3 jars left of our apple butter. That is definitely a family favorite as well. And this year, you guys, I did sweet onion jam, and oh my gosh, it was a lot of work. And I started out with Vidalia onions, which I read have a higher water content. So I think we had 1 other little jar. So we got 6, 4, 5, like 5.5 half pints out of, I can't remember, like 10 pounds of onions or something. And then we always keep pineapple juice and orange juice on the pantry shelf for recipes. And so this has been canned, so it's shelf stable. Now, I wouldn't recommend drinking this. This is the pineapple juice right here. But if I have a recipe like a marinade that calls for pineapple juice, this is a perfect thing to add into it. And then I told you guys on my pineapple jelly video that the first time that I attempted to do it, I used a different recipe. It didn't have a high enough sugar content, and I also didn't let it cook long enough. So we've actually got what I'm calling pineapple sauce, and this is super yummy with ham. So it's just applesauce, but with pineapples. And then, of course, we've got what I'm calling my CPA relish. This is cranberry pear apple relish. It is absolutely delicious. My friend Leanne over at Mennonite Farmhouse was the one that taught me how to make this. She also told me to eat this with cottage cheese. Oh my heavens, it's delicious. And it's super yummy with turkey and chicken and stuff like that. And then we've got our applesauce. We've got unsweetened applesauce. We've also got the cinnamon applesauce that is lightly sweetened. The next time I make applesauce, I'll be doing more of the cinnamon because that is definitely a family favorite and it's almost gone. We've got some smaller jars of apple pie filling. We've got some black beans here, and this is a newer canning adventure, and those turned out amazing. We have got some peach salsa, and it looks like I've got 2 jars left. I've been hoarding it. Turned out amazing. I want to do peach salsa again this year, and also peach jam. And then we also have the barbecue sauce made out of the rhubarb. We've only got a couple jars of this. I'm going to make this recipe again, and I learned this one from Becky at Acre Homestead. I'm also going to do the True Victoria sauce is what it's called. And that one has more of a cinnamon type base. This one I use smoked paprika, and so it tastes more like a barbecue sauce. And then we have got canned chicken, and we also have what I call chicken dinner in a jar. This is some raw chicken, some potatoes, and some carrots. They all go in raw and they cook up, and the juice that you see in there is the broth that the chicken and vegetables create. This is a perfect on-the-go meal for me or my husband. 1 jar is 1 serving for 1 person. Then we've got chicken broth here. We've got our canned ground beef down here. Now, I've had questions on the canned ground beef. I'm not big on the texture, so I'm not going to eat it for tacos, but if I need something on the fly to throw into chili or into soup or something like that, I'll go ahead and use it there. And then we've got some beef broth, and then down here we have got some beef that has been canned up, and that is super yummy. And then we've got the caramelized onions that I did. They're not my favorite. I think I did something wrong. So unless I can find something to do with those most likely are going to get opened up and the jars reused. So we've got lots of space to put more canning jars. We are also redoing the organization in the kitchen. I did want to show you guys my rolling island that my husband built for me. I still have shelf liners that I need to put onto it, and I'm going to organize this shelf. But this actually comes out, and it has a butcher block top. Can you guys see back there? There's another piece, and it opens up. So I'll show you guys another video when I do a cooking or a canning video, and you guys will see it all organized. But this is something that I just finished up for me. I'm super excited for that. Now let's go ahead and go into our refrigerator and freezer. And so I did wipe it down really quick. I told my husband, I'm like, I can't let people see this. I'm not going to talk to you guys about what's in my fridge. You guys can kind of look and see what's in my fridge. This is a typical amount that's in my fridge. You will see that we have got some eggs in a bowl. Those are hard boiled. You'll see that we've got some ribs and some chicken sitting in there. Those are getting ready to be smoked tomorrow. And both of these were on clearance. Now check out this rib price. Let's see. I gotta flip it over. Those are heavy. Okay, so these I got at Sam's Club. And so I got 6.6 pounds of baby back ribs for $14.90. So yes, that's another thing that came out of the freezer. This and this came out of the freezer, so it made it so much better. And we love our condiments. So all kinds of condiments and yumminess there. And down here in the bottom, of course, all kinds of produce. Then in this freezer, this is kind of a hot mess, to be honest with you guys. I'm working on some organization. It's not there yet. So we've got some Parmesan cheese up there. This is the big bag that I get from Sam's Club. I forgot that we had this cheese here. I think we must have been using it for a recipe and we didn't need it and it got put there. We've got fruit right up here. You can see that there's some peaches right there, and I'm going to be making a peach rhubarb cobbler with those, and we're probably going to do some of the same stuff with the raspberries. I need to make up some banana bread. Then we've just got a hodgepodge of an assortment of stuff in here. This shelf is full of vegetables. These are either vegetables that I've bought to cut up and freeze, or they're ones that were close to going bad. Down here on the bottom, it's supposed to be just frozen vegetables, but you can see we've got some frozen waffles, and we've also got some imitation crab there. And then on the door, besides that cheese that I showed you guys, we've got a couple things of bread in there, some freezer packs, some chorizo, and some more ice packs on the bottom. So that's what's in my fridge. And then this is the cupboards that are in here. We don't keep a lot of food in here. You can see I've got room for more prepper pantry items. The top shelf is actually supposed to be full of ramen noodles, but my son eats those like they're going out of style and he doesn't use them up. These items here, besides the croutons and stuff, are things that need to be used first. So those potatoes, this hamburger helper, that is stuff that is either close to date or past date. So these aren't packed that full. And this obviously we use a lot. We've got our peanut butter powder. I've got my collagen in here, my shake mix. We've got bread flour, maple syrup. This right here is the quick strawberry. We've got honey, chia seeds, cereal, syrups, vitamins. And then up at the top, we've got Tang and Nesquik, more collagen, more maple syrup, some iced tea, some Arnold Palmer. That's what we've got up there. And then this section right here, this is all drinks. So we've got coffee filters up there. That's Tang. And we've got teas and Mios and herbal teas in this section right here. And then we walk into my pantry. We're going to go ahead and start out with the pantry freezer first. And so in here, I like keeping meals is what I like keeping in here. But you're going to see there's some other things. So truly, this stack here is, we've got some spaghetti sauce. We've got some beans, ham and beans. Back there, we've got some marinated chicken, and we've got street taco meat. We've got taco meat there, obviously ice cream bars. We've got decaf coffee in there because my husband drinks decaf every now and then, but not that often. We've got cream of mushroom soup. These are the type of meal pans that I use right here. So I'm thinking these are spaghettis, both of them. We've got some bacon. We've got some breadcrumbs that I make myself out of stale bread. And then we've got some guacamole. We've got some yeast, some feta cheese. I still haven't tried that sriracha carrot hummus. I threw that in the freezer after I bought it. And then here we have got my raspberry jam and my strawberry jam, and we have got more of my cream of mushroom sauce. And then of course this cheese was getting ready to go bad, so I just tossed it in the freezer, and I love that Cracker Barrel. All right, now let's get into the fridge. Nothing too exciting in here. A couple weeks ago it was jam-packed full. On the top shelf you'll see some pickle juice. We always save that. There's the butter you just saw me buy. In the back, you see that container, and it's full of ice. This fridge leaks. This is one that we bought secondhand, so that's what we do. This is the $1 million spaghetti that we're going to be eating in a couple days, so I just pulled it out. It's frozen solid. We have got cottage cheese that you just saw me buy, some soda, some orange juice. There's the milk we just bought. Here are the eggs that I joke around that I get from my egg dealer, and they actually olive oil their eggs now. So they are washed, but they're olive oiled. We've got some drinks down there. In the crispers down there is more drinks. Then on the shelf here, we've got butter and some feta and some puddings, cream cheese, cheese slices, and bottled water. And then down there at the bottom, I do have some Fairlifes. And of course, we've got some chamoy right there, which is delicious. And then we have got part of the pantry shelf. So let's start up at the top. So back here, you see these ramen noodles have obviously been broken into. Those are supposed to go into the pantry when they get popped open, but trying to get a teenager to do what you want to do is another thing. We've got lemon juice. And of course, you see the date on the lemon juice is gone. I'm fine with it. It'll be fine. I'm going to make something up with it. We've got milk. We've got vinegar. We've got canning goods. We've got some extra stuff up at the top. And then we get into the meat section where we've got tuna and ham and turkey and Spam, a thing of bacon. There's all the tuna. There's clams. We've got our chicken broth and our beef base and our chicken base. We've got our pasta sauces, Alfredo sauce, all of our tomato products here. Down here, we've got some beans. We've got some mac and cheese. All of this pasta sauce is down here, this marinara, because I'm actually going to turn it into pizza sauce and can it in smaller jars. We've got suddenly salad, not some mac and cheese. That should go over there. We've got some stuffing mix that my son asked for. It looks like he's eaten most of it, only one. And then we've got pasta. And holy cow, do we have pasta. And I told you guys that instant potatoes were one of the things that were on my list. I like having this box right here full, and it's not. And behind it, you can see there's some scalloped potatoes, boxed potatoes like that. Then we've got some onion soup mix, and then we've got pickles and relish and jalapenos, sauerkraut, all of that stuff. We get into our fruit. I've got all kinds of pumpkin. We've got some pineapple, some pears, some pie fillings. We've also got some cranberry sauce back there. We're not a huge canned fruit eating family. And then we have got some of this yellow rice, which we absolutely love. That's from Sam's Club. This is where we keep our loaf of bread that's open. We've got some canned stew. We've got beans and refried beans and chili and black beans. Now, I want to get these black beans used up because I want to do my own canned beans from now on. And then we've got kidney beans. And right here, we have got a big bag of black beans there. We've got baking flour and baking flour there. That's where my laundry baskets sit, just because it's easy. Then we've got our soups. So we use a lot of cream of mushroom and tomato. Those are the two most popular. And we're not a big canned soup family either. And so you can see that one right there is expired. I'm not too worried about it. We've got enchilada sauce, and we actually have enchilada sauce of both varieties. We've got green and red. And then olives. You can see, you know that olives were on my list. Normally I like for my olives to go all the way to the front of the shelf. We've got my husband's favorite green olive stuffed with garlic from Sam's Club. We've got some extra garlic, getting ready to use that. Green chilies, water chestnuts, mushrooms. We've got all of our canned veggies here. And I've even gotten some yams. And then we've got condiments down here. And boy, do we have condiments. Lots and lots and lots of condiments. And we've got honey and syrup and chocolate syrup and peanut butter. And then down here at the bottom, I have a basket full of onions. I've got rice. I've got sugar. And I've got flour down there. I actually use more baking flour now than I do regular flour, so that may get transitioned over. But that is a view of that shelf. And so when we turn around the room, we turn around to the rest of the pantry. And up here, we have got coffee and oatmeal. And I'm going to be putting some of this oatmeal into some Mylar bags for some long-term storage. And then we've got all of my spices here. And I have a question for you guys. I was thinking about putting these larger bottles into big canning jars, the quart jars, just because I think it would look prettier. What do you guys think? Is it worth it? Does it matter? So we've got spices there. And then up here is breakfast and drinks. So we only have one stack of cereal. At one point we had 3 stacks. Like I told you guys, we're getting ready to be empty nesters. So my husband and I were talking about that. We're like, 1 stack is fine. I also showed you guys some cereal prices. You know I only buy it when it's on sale. And if you look at this Cinnamon Life right here, you can see for a video that I only paid 74 cents for the Cinnamon Life. And then we have got oatmeal there, and we've got lots of hot chocolate and spiced cider. And so these ones right here, I just got these on clearance this spring, so I plan on feeding those to my nieces and nephews this winter, so those should be gone. And then we've got chips. You saw us just buy those tortilla chips. That basket is full of regular potato chips, Doritos, things like that. And then when we come on down, we've got more drinks here. We've got more hot cocoa and tea, and we also have the big iced tea bags, and then more of a baking type shelf besides the vinegars. We've got sweetened condensed milk and also evaporated milk on that shelf. I also have the corn syrup. I can't even talk, you guys. Corn syrup. And then here, more baking stuff. You can see spices, molasses, breadcrumbs, cocoa powder, shortening. We've got some cranberries and some chocolate melts. And then we've got some baking items here. And so we've got cake mixes and muffin tops and brownies. Do we have any brownies? No, I think we're out of brownies. I'm going to have to pick some up next time. Some frostings and some extra cornstarch. This is my baking basket here for any time I have baking stuff. So brown sugar, I just used the last of my brown sugar. And I plan on making my own brown sugar. That's why I have molasses. And then we've got raisins and chocolate chips and stuff like that in there. This is my pasta basket. And look at, there's a little bit of space in there. So lots of pasta. And then this is our snack shelf. So it's always changing. There's lots of different things on here. There's crackers and pretzels and nuts. And I mean, there's some candy corn right there. There's some beef jerky, some red vine licorice. Down here is just, it's kind of a breakfast shelf. We have got Bisquick, and we've got another package of the gluten-free pumpkin pancake mix. My friend Chris bought me a box, and I grabbed another. We've got granola and extra syrup. And this is more of a dinner shelf. We have got some grits and some couscous and some croutons. This turned into a drink shelf. We've got some juices there along with some Fairlife. Down here we've got soda and water. I bought that soda like a week and a half ago and it hasn't been opened. And we've got cat food, dog food. And then over here is more of the paper products. So we've got, you know, forks and plates and cups and light bulbs and all of that type of stuff up there. And then we've got Ziploc bags, saran wrap, and sponges and parchment paper. Just so you guys know, this is super low for my Ziploc bags. I'm waiting for them to go on sale. You'll notice I have no gallon Ziploc freezer bags. I may have to buy them at full price. Super sad about that. And we've got some food saver bags. We've got some extra press and seal, some what is that? Tin foil. And these are timers that are going to actually go into the garden that are right here in front. And then we've got a couple things of OxyClean. And then here is our laundry basics right here. Now, you guys, I am trying this bottle of vinegar that I'm using for fabric softener. We are loving it so far. I have 2 things of fabric softener that are in the office. I'll show you that here next. But we have not minded the vinegar at all. So we're using the vinegar and some Gain. And then, of course, we do use the OxyClean. I need to fill that. We've got some color safe bleach, some stain stuff, some bleach. And I use these on my bedding generally is all I use those for. And then my husband has some tools. I've got some Scentsy and stuff like that. Up above our washer and dryer is extra toilet paper, paper towels, and also the tin pans that we use for smoking and for freezer meals. So let's run into my office so I can show you the extra stuff we have in there. Now we're in my office, and this is just an extra cabinet that used to be in the laundry room that is obviously no longer in there. So you can see, I told you guys I have a couple more things of fabric softener, but I wanted to try the vinegar. We've got extra laundry detergent, garbage bags, cleaning supplies, all of the good stuff here. I'm not going to go through everything. On the top, we have cat food, dog treats. This is also where we keep all of our paint because our garage is not heated. And this section of the shelf over here is gnome storage, TJ Maxx bag storage, but also we've got Kleenexes, we've got extra aluminum foil, parchment paper. And then down in here, I've got extra Mr. Clean sponges, Swiffers. We've got our extra laundry detergent, not laundry, Cascade for the dishwasher. And we have got more soap and of course my little cleaning caddy. So nothing too exciting, but this works perfect in my office with my uniform, stuff like that. So that's what's in here. Here we are in our outdoor upright freezer. It's a disaster. Somebody left the freezer open just a tiny bit, so we ended up with a ton of frost in here. I cleaned it up a little bit because I couldn't even get stuff in here, but we are going to defrost this and reorganize it sometime this summer. And I know you guys are like, Marlene, it's July, you know, when are you going to get it done? So we've got shredded cheese. This is mostly mozzarella. My husband shredded it from the block. He's the shredded cheese guy. We got some regular cheddar cheese there. Then we've got some ham, and we have got some cream cheese. We've got heavy cream, and these are all the way to the back. And then right here, we've got butter. And I know you guys are looking at me going, Marlene, that looks like quite a bit of butter. This actually is only 8 pounds of butter. And so down here, I've got 9 and 10, and I always keep 1 unsalted for baking. So I like to have 12 pounds of butter. That's why I grabbed 2 more. And then back there in the back, you can see that we've got some guacamole and some salsa verde. That was all clearance stuff. You can see little smokies back there. Did you guys watch my Kroger shopping trip where I went to a bunch of Krogers in Utah looking for stuff on sale? I'm going to be using, I would say probably at least 4, if not 5 packages of those little smokies this summer for our big barbecue that we're doing for friends and family. We have got strawberry and raspberry freezer jam back there. We've got tortillas back there. I've got some of my high fiber tortillas as well as regular tortillas. And then here in the front, this 4 packs of ground beef, this is for me to do things with, either can it or make other things and freeze it. This is not how I normally store it. It's just here for now. This top one is actually going to get taken out when I make egg roll in a bowl. And then we've got bacon, you guys. We've got so much bacon. This is the bacon that I found at Smith's. Ended up costing us 99 cents a pound. It's the Hormel Black Label. And then we've got this thicker sliced bacon here. We have a lot of bacon. We normally don't have this much. This is the bacon that I bought that I want to can. Now, my friend Erin from Erin Budgets Aimlessly said, Marlene, don't do it. That sounds disgusting. Why would you want to can bacon? We are going to try it. I saw Rachel at, why can't I think of Rachel's name? Her channel name. I'm going to put it up here. They tried it. They absolutely loved it. We're going to try it. We want some shelf-stable bacon. And then we've got a few frozen potatoes. We don't do a lot of frozen potatoes. We've got some blue cheese, and we've got a couple of the whipped topping lights. I like the regular, but I think this is probably all I could find on sale. And normally this stack right here, I like to have it full. So I'm actually about 4 short of this. And then we get into some meat. Now, some of this meat is marinated. So you've got burgers back there. You've got some teriyaki chicken. You've got some steaks. You've got some burger, cube steaks. We've got some pork here. Down here on the bottom, this is our chicken basket, and this is our pork basket. So some of this is from a pig that we bought. Others is stuff that I have started freeze packing. We've got pork chops. We have got pork cube steak. So we have got plenty of meat. Trying to get it back in there. And then the door. The door is sausage, right? Hot dog sausages. So we have got my favorite sausages, the pineapple bacon Adele's, and it looks like I'm down to 3. Oh my goodness. We've got 3 of the spicy mango, this Cajun style andouille. I want to put in some red beans and rice. The Italian style I want to chop those up, put in some spaghetti. We're going to use at least one of this packs of the big hot dog brats, whatever you want to call them. From Bar S, we're going to use those at the barbecue this year. We have got some meatballs, and we have not tried these ones yet. These are the Adele's Italian meatballs, so we're going to put those in some spaghetti. We've got my son's favorite Oscar Mayer cheese hot dogs, and then we've got some more sausages. So we've loved the Jimmy Dean. We've also just got some brats here, some sausage. We've got some Italian sausage, some chorizo, and then we get into cheese. So obviously this mozzarella I bought before my husband did all the shreds. So this is on the shelf because it needs to be used first. So we've got mozzarella, Swiss, and Parmesan. Now the Swiss and Parmesan will probably keep getting like this. We've got some more hot Italian sausage, and then we have got some cheese. And you guys, this freezer was another second hand. We are fine with not getting top of the line brand new stuff. So I actually used some tape to hold this in. And then we've got some bread right there. So let's jump into the other freezer. Here's our other freezer, and it is jam-packed full as well. So I'm not going to tell you guys everything. I'm not going to show you everything. I will let you know we just took out those 3 frozen meals from here, so that helped a lot. We have got a ton of rhubarb this year. We're going to keep some of it frozen because that rhubarb cobbler that I made for our last barbecue was amazing. Underneath the basket, you can see the blue bag. We've got nuts under there. So we've got pecans, walnuts, and almonds. That's for Christmas baking. We've got homemade maple sausage. We've got buffalo over here. We've got moose. We have this bag and this bag. That is just turkey pieces and parts for turkey broth that I need to do. And so those are both going to go there. We've got some pork in here. We've got 2 turkeys in here. We've got 2 or 3 hams in here. We've got diced onions. There's more hams. And we have a ton of moose and deer in here as well. And under here, you can see we've got more vegetables, we've got more peppers, more onions. And then that bag there was actually avocados. Frozen avocados work amazing. We have more brats because when they're on sale, I go a little bit crazy. Right here, we've got some elk. And I believe this is moose. What is this? Breakfast sausage. I think this is moose. That one right there. So this one is packed to the gills as well. Lots and lots of things here. All right, everybody, that's it. This is the beginning of our no spend July. Let's see how we can do. We need to clear some of the space out. I also want to do some canning this month, so hopefully some of the stuff will be gone out of the freezer and added to the canning shelf. I'm hoping to find jalapenos on sale, peaches on sale. What else do I need? Whatever I can find on sale, I want to find something and can it up. And also bacon. Let's get some bacon added to that shelf. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, for my tiny little baby grocery haul and my pantry tour. Until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.